Sony had one of the biggest weeks in recent memory when it comes to video games, video game sales, video game consoles, and all that kind of good stuff. Just news in general. I think they've just done a fantastic job over the past week or two of getting this news out, and the news just seems like it doesn't stop. Like they've really done a fantastic job of all this kind of stuff, and they've gotten people hyped back up again. So I think that that's going to be really important going forward, and also going forward into the holiday season and things like that. I think that obviously this is something that a lot of people are going to be talking about for a long time, coming off the back end of that amazing, absolutely stunning showcase that they did. I think fans are super excited and they want more. And maybe they're going to get more. We'll have to wait and see. But for me personally, I think it is very exciting to see how this all works out. And again, I can't wait to get into this. You know what I mean? And you guys are going to love this. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you guys for checking it out. Please share it, like it, subscribe. The only thing I really ask is that you like the video, because I think that you guys don't understand how important that is in general for the channel and just helping me out. You know what I mean? Like the work that I put into the videos and things like that. So thank you guys so much. With that being said, I wanted to get into this because it's very important kind of going forward to kind of let everybody know that if you're a fan of something, hey, say I'm a fan. Like to me it just makes sense to do that. Yeah. So anyway, a lot of people were talking about Wolverine, the game that's going to be coming out from Insomniac Games. Clearly going to be probably one of the biggest games of all time. Obviously, if the views and the interest and the metrics used, like the social media. But some people were worried that maybe this wouldn't be like a mature themed game or something along those lines because it's made by Insomniac Games. Well, my friends, put that to rest, because this game is indeed going to be very mature. It's going to be a full-size title with a mature tone, according to the creative director, so we can put all that stuff to bed. Insomniac Games' upcoming PlayStation 5 exclusive Wolverine will be a fully sized mature title. Last week during the PlayStation Showcase, Sony announced Insomniac's Spider-Man sequel, Spider-Man 2, to the big surprise. However, it came in the form of another Marvel's title, which was Wolverine. Upon the announcement, Insomniac already revealed that the game will be a standalone title in the vein of the new Spider-Man titles, and the game's creative director, Brian Horton, has now confirmed that it will be a full-sized game. In addition, Horton has confirmed that Wolverine will be a mature tone, something that fans of the iconic superhero worried about following the game's announcement. Full-size mature tone, according to the director on Twitter, when asked about the game's size. We're sure the Wolverine fans will be happy with this confirmation from Horton, as, obviously pretty much everybody would be. Wolverine is still in very early development for PlayStation 5, and the release date has yet to be announced. But it says, now let's talk about the announcement you probably weren't expecting. Marvel's Wolverine. Back when we were working on Marvel's Spider-Man, there would be times when all of us at Insomniac, Sony Interactive Entertainment, and Marvel would brainstorm together about the future beyond the web slinger. And even in those early discussions, Wolverine continually came up as a character we'd be really stoked to work on together. Fast forward a couple years, and we're suddenly standing in front of Sony Interactive Entertainment and Marvel, formally pitching a PlayStation 5 game starring the adamantium-clawed mutant. Since you just saw the announced teaser, we can confirm that the pitch seemed to go pretty well. So many of the Insomniac team are such huge fans of the character, and one of the key elements that drew us to him is surprisingly not that different from Spider-Man. Both heroes feel deeply compelled to defend people who are less able to do so. So again, Insomniac Games, the reason why they get so much of, of the credit and so much of the love and so much of the admiration is pretty simple, really, if you think about it. It's the simple fact that they're fans, they're really fans of, everything gaming related, and I think that's really important just kind of going forward to see that, hey, you know what, you can put your trust in, in us to create something great. And I think that's exactly what, they've been able to accomplish with Spider-Man. Obviously, Spider-Man selling so well and just being available and scoring so well in terms of, what they were able to accomplish with the Metacritic and the ratings and stuff like that. So I do think that that's super important kind of going forward. And I also just want to say that I think that, it's important that they continue this kind of trend, and that, you know, they have that trust, they have the sales, they have the quality. That's what you need. You don't want to just license your stuff out. And there's also rumors that this could lead to some kind of Sony universe of video games, which would be very good for them and could possibly be kind of a bad thing for Microsoft, if you think about it, because Microsoft has, you know, I don't know how self-aware they are, but they don't seem super self-aware to the fact that, you know, at the end of the day, Xbox doesn't have any of these type of superhero games or anything like that. So I think that that's something that has really been a bit of a sore spot for a lot of the Xbox fans, and I can understand that. You know, Microsoft has all this money, and to be honest with you, they don't really utilize it very well. So, you know, you would hope that they would, but at the end of the day, you know, it seems like they're not really doing much with that cash flow. You know, but one thing that I think a lot of people will probably kind of notice is that, you know, we're starting to see a situation where Sony is getting, you know, a little bit of hate from the media and things like that. And then you look at something like Deathloop that came out. Now, Deathloop is scoring extremely well. As of this video that I'm recording it, it's actually sitting at an 88 on Metacritic. So it's out tomorrow on PlayStation 5, and the PlayStation 5 version features 3 available graphics presets: performance with no ray tracing, dynamic 4K and 60 frames per second visual quality, no ray tracing, dynamic 4K with 60 frames with drops and graphic fidelity prioritized, and ray tracing, dynamic 4K, high graphic fidelity, ray tracing, and 30 frames per second. After trying all 3, according to WCCF Tech, they'd go with the performance, since the gameplay feels a lot tighter than any of the other modes. But think about this. It's so funny and kind of a slap in the face that Deathloop is made by a studio that's now owned by Microsoft, and of course this deal was made well before Microsoft was able to actually go out there and accomplish anything of their own volition. You know what I mean? Like, they come in after the fact. But a lot of Xbox fanboys are kind of taking credit for this, saying, oh man, you know, look, thanks to Microsoft. It's like Microsoft had nothing to do with this game. It's like saying that, you know, giving Microsoft credit for Skyrim being Game of the Year, you know, 10, 11 years ago. Microsoft had zero to do with that. You know, they went and bought the game after the fact. This game was well in development. You know, the deals were well signed. You know, it's just so funny to me to see sort of the reaction to some of these fans and some of these people, you know, who don't seem to really understand how these things go. But yeah, you know, a lot of people were claiming that Sony didn't have any games for the rest of the year or whatever, but I kind of disagree with that. It seems to me like they've got, you know, games, you know, in general, that like ready to go. You know, not only games, big games like Deathloop, which is at least a year timed exclusive, but also some of the even smaller stuff like Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, which is coming out as well. Of course, Death Stranding, Director's Cut coming out as well. So yeah, lots of cool things on the horizon. Very nice to see that all this stuff is kind of coming together at a good time. And with that being said, let me know what you guys think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. Thank you guys very much for rocking out with me. If you enjoy the content, maybe take a minute to consider subscribing, or at the very least, hit the like button. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.